Welcome back to the Atlanta Sports Talk Show. My name is Donnell Suggs, editor-in-chief of the Atlanta Voice, and I am here to talk Atlanta sports. We do this every Wednesday. We try to do a show that kind of keeps you present on what's going on, but also what's on the way. And there's a lot to talk about in Atlanta sports. Me personally, I want to shout out Sweater Weather because now I'm wearing my Tour Championship sweater, the vintage old school logo that I got from the team store this weekend at the Tour Championship at East Lake Golf Club. Shout out to East Lake Golf Foundation. They were wonderful. They did not buy me this sweater, y'all. I'm just saying shout out to them. They were wonderful, hooking me up with people to write good stories about. That's on the Atlanta Voice website. But let's get into sports that are getting ready to happen and happening now. The Braves, they won on Tuesday night. The good thing, they won. The bad thing, it took 9 runs in the ninth inning to win that game against Miami. Miami's not good. Those two teams are playing today at 1:15. Well, actually, it's a 1:10 first start, so we'll see if Braves can win that series. The really, really good thing that Braves fans should be happy about is Hurston Waldrop, tall right-hander from Cairo, Georgia. The kid looks great. He's only had 4 starts, so you don't want to go crazy. But in those 4 starts, he's pitched wonderful, averaging around 5.5 innings per start. Last night, it was just 5 in the third. And I don't believe he struck out any Marlins, which is weird not to strike anybody out in 5 innings. But other than the 8 hits he gave up, he only gave up 1 earned run. The kid looks good. And that's something that's put on your board for 2026, that you have another young starter that's going to be in that rotation. The Braves pitching is going to be unbelievable when everybody's healthy. That probably won't happen until next year, but that's something to look forward to. MLB released the 2026 schedules yesterday on NFL Cut Day. I see what you're doing, MLB. I like that. The Braves will open the season at home this year, unlike last year where they spent 7 days on the West Coast at the Dodgers and San Diego Padres and came back home 0-7. They're going to open with Kansas City in that 3-game series, and that's really good because you want to be able to be home and do that. And I believe Arizona is the other opponent, so that's good. But either way, the Braves opening at home is what you want. All right, moving on past the Braves for a minute. Atlanta United, they had a 1-1 draw on Sunday with Toronto. That's not news. The news is there is no news. Team's not playing that well. They've been drawing a lot. The season's dragging on. You still have, about 6-7 more matches left. And the next one will be in Nashville on Saturday. Great thing, Atlanta Voice will be there. I will be there to cover it live. We're going to go on TikTok live. We're going to go on Twitter live. We're going to be there for the match Saturday night in Nashville. It'll be my first time in Nashville, It's the first time ever covering the team in Nashville. So I'm looking forward to that. There's no predictions here. That's a tough place to play. Atlanta United has not played well on the road at all. So there's no reason to get excited about what can happen. I just think the team is starting to gel a little bit as far as new faces in the lineups, and they just need to kind of have match after match. This season is over in regards to playoffs, so forget the postseason. Staying healthy, finishing strong, maybe getting a couple more goals for Emmanuel Latiolaf, maybe even having Miguel Almiron score a couple more. That would be nice. Alexei Moranchuk has been lights out for Atlanta United. He's been playing great. So as long as he keeps up this form, I'm looking forward to seeing him next year. But Almiron, the team captain, playing well, hasn't scored a lot, but the fact of the matter is it looks like it's been more fun lately, and that's a good thing. Atlanta United has definitely needed that. So worst case scenario, the team's having a little more fun, and they're not losing a lot. They've had more draws than losses within the last 5 matches, and that's a good thing. So Saturday night in Nashville, we'll be there, so please check the TikTok, check the Twitter. I'll be there for that. Falcons, and like everyone else in the NFL, have gotten their rosters down to 53 men. Some guys got cut. Usually, unless you're a diehard super Falcon fan, you probably won't know the names of the offensive linemen or backup DBs that got cut. So there's no point in me sitting there listing names. But I'll say this. Caleb McGarry, who is not only a starter at right guard, but been on the team for a while and just got a new contract, is done for the season. So that's going to be a problem with a left-handed quarterback. If you're a left-handed quarterback, you throw here. That means that you're not looking here. And the right side is dangerous. So hopefully we'll fill it in. They got a backup lineman from Seattle. I forget the young man's name, but he's coming in. So maybe that'll help. But that's a big hole. But again, preseason's over. Falcons fans, you have one more week to the first Sunday in September when the games really count. The opponent, Tampa Bay. Always a rival. Even more important is the NFC South game. So definitely needs to be a game that the Falcons kind of start the season off with a win. Again, Michael Penix not playing in preseason. Donnell Mooney not playing in preseason games. Important players that haven't got any reps, but the guys are practicing. I'll be up at Flowery Branch later on this week to close the week out, watching them practice. So we'll see. But the real thing starts next week, and that should be really exciting for a lot of Falcons fans to get in there. I can't wait to be at the Benz. We'll be covering that, of course, live and in color, so that should be really cool. I want to close with this. The World Cup, at least a portion of it, is coming to Atlanta. We're hosting a semifinal, which means there'll be 4 teams left, and Dallas will have one, and we'll have one. We're going to have some of the most important things happening in the world, in particular in the sports world, next year. I want Atlantans to understand traffic is already bad. Don't be out here on your phone driving. Don't be out here TikToking on your phone. Traffic was bad today. We don't even have a game in the city today. So I can only imagine World Cup. Everybody be prepared for that. 2026 summer will be here before you know it. And we got to get our minds together. And we got to host people, y'all. Don't forget, NABJ is also next summer. So we got a lot going on in Atlanta. I can't wait to see that. The best part is the Atlanta Voice will be here. We'll be here to cover it. We'll be here live on the street. And I'm going to be here doing it. So I can't wait to see it. So until next time, see y'all.